The Marvel Cinematic Universe is now deep in the multiverse saga, where alternate universes collide and far more than a single reality is at stake. Spanning phases 4, 5, and 6, the multiverse saga is set to conclude with the epic two-part crossover event, Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, which will be helmed by returning directors Joe and Anthony Russo. With the release of Deadpool and Wolverine, the multiverse saga consists of 11 films, as well as multiple Disney Plus original series and special presentations. In these projects, several brave superheroes have stepped in to save not just their reality, but the entire multiverse from utter destruction. Number 7 is Spider-Man, makes a selfless sacrifice in No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home sees utter chaos break out when Peter Parker enlists the help of Doctor Strange to make the world forget that he is Spider-Man. The spell goes wrong, bringing Spider-Man variants and their villains to Earth 616. Things get even worse when the Green Goblin damages Doctor Strange's second spell, which begins to draw beings from all across the multiverse who knew Peter's identity to the MCU, threatening to tear the very fabric of reality itself. To save the multiverse, Spider-Man was forced to make a selfless sacrifice, enlisting Doctor Strange to cast one last spell that would erase the world's memories of Peter Parker. This spell worked, fixing the tear in the multiverse and saving countless worlds from irreparable destruction. However, Peter lost all those he cared about, including Ned and MJ, who no longer had any memories of him. Number 6 is Doctor Strange saved the multiverse twice. At the end of No Way Home, Doctor Strange casts a spell to save the day, but this isn't the end of his adventure in protecting the multiverse. Shortly thereafter, during the events of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the master of the mystic arts is confronted by the Scarlet Witch, who has been corrupted by the Darkhold. Desperate to find a world where her sons are still alive, the Scarlet Witch goes on a rampage through the multiverse that threatens to destroy countless worlds. Knowing that Wanda is risking the ignition of multiple incursions and the potential death of trillions, Doctor Strange does his best to stop the far more powerful fellow Avenger from continuing her conquest. Although he is unable to overpower her, Strange manages to help Wanda see the error of her ways, stopping her rampage at last. Number 5 is Scarlet Witch. Had to save the multiverse from herself. After the tragic events of WandaVision, Wanda Maximoff did her best to cope with the loss of her husband and children. However, the corruptive forces of the Darkhold led her to embark on a conquest through the multiverse in search of variants of her family. Finally, Wanda opened a portal to her desired world, where she tried to bring her children over to her world, thereby risking an incursion event. Thanks to the intervention of America Chavez and Doctor Strange, Wanda finally saw that her actions were selfish and wrong. However, things had already progressed too far. The only way for Wanda to close the portal and stop an incursion was to bring the surrounding temple down around her, seemingly dying in the fallout. Number 4 is Monica Rambeau. Paid a high price to save the multiverse. During the events of the Marvels, Monica Rambeau, aka Photon, teams up with Ms. Marvel and Captain Marvel to save the universe from the Kree zealot Dar-Ben. After failing her mission, Dar-Ben uses the quantum bands to tear a hole in space-time, opening up a rift that leads to another universe. The villain dies doing so, leaving the Marvels to fix her final terrible act. Without hesitation, Monica has Captain Marvel take her to the other side of the tier, where he begins to repair the rift. Unbeknownst to her teammates, Monica knew that she wouldn't return. After fixing the rift, and thereby saving 2 universes, Monica became trapped on the other side. The film's post-credits scene reveals that she was stranded on Earth 1005, the X-Men universe, with a variant of her mother and none other than Kelsey Grammer's Beast. Number 3 is Loki. Became the protector of stories to plant the multiverse tree. After Loki escapes the timeline during the events of Avengers Endgame, the Marvel villain begins to protect the universe alongside the Time Variance Authority. In the events of his Disney Plus series, Loki fights the villainous He Who Remains, a Kang the Conqueror variant who has conquered the timeline itself. By the end of Season 2, it becomes clear that killing He Who Remains will result in the destruction of the multiverse, no matter what Loki or any of his friends do. Number 2 is Deadpool Saved the Multiverse. and the MCU. Deadpool teams up with the Wolverine during the events of Deadpool and Wolverine in an attempt to save his world from being destroyed by the rogue TVA agent Mr. Paradox, who possesses a Time Ripper machine. In the film's final act, the villainous Cassandra Nova commandeers the machine and plans to destroy every universe except the Void, thereby expanding her kingdom of chaos. Unwilling to let his loved ones die, Deadpool sacrifices himself by absorbing the energy of the Time Ripper, causing the machine to go haywire and explode, taking Cassandra Nova with it. This selfless act should have killed Deadpool, and surely would have, if not for the intervention of his new best friend. The number one is Wolverine stopped Cassandra Nova in Deadpool. And Wolverine, Deadpool, and Wolverine sees the return of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, wearing his classic X-Men suit, who teams up with Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool to save the multiverse from the villainous Cassandra Nova. When Cassandra nearly destroys the multiverse using Mr. Paradox's Time Ripper machine, the pair of heroes step in to save the day. When Deadpool began absorbing the Time Ripper's matter and antimatter, it would have been the end of his life. However, Wolverine steps in at the last moment, absorbing half of the energy himself. Splitting the damage between the two of them, both Deadpool and Wolverine survive the Time Ripper's destruction, emerging as the two latest heroes of the multiverse. If you liked my video, please leave a comment and make a subscribe for my channel. Thank you for watching.